All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Agenda questions?
Yes.
Please limit your questions at this time to resolutions under new business on the agenda. As a matter of fairness, you are asked to limit your questions to no more than one and your remarks to no more than 3 minutes. If you are here representing a group, please identify yourself, the group, and your position in the group. If you are here as an individual, please give us your name and address. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. Please specify the specific resolution you are referring to in your question.
Evelyn Slockbauer, 43 Thunderhead Place. I just had a question on use of capital reserve funds. Was this included in the budget, Ed?
No.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Superintendent's report.
Superintendent's report. I know that Dennis is going to talk a little bit about what's been going on as far as inside of the schools are concerned, but I do think it's important publicly to talk a little bit about the lowering incident that I notified our community about last night. The chief of police did reach out to me after they had started their initial investigation, and I had said that to you in the email that went out. The reason that I bring it up is really twofold. I spoke to our principals today and what they're doing to reinforce the importance of, call it stranger danger if you would, and what to do if there is a stranger. That was done mostly in the classrooms today. What we did think collectively is that if we called an assembly in each of the primary schools, we may do more to scare kids than we would to deal with it on an individual level. Tomorrow morning, our primary schools will be meeting as part of the responsive classroom piece that are in all schools to talk with all of the kids, and just a reminder about safety. I did want to share that as far as an update is concerned. And the second thing is that we really do have an outstanding police department in Mahwah, who I can tell you, after many incidents has happened, are so responsive to us and putting cars in places and informing me. And I think that that's worthy of note, because it really does take a community to raise a child. And in this case, and in all cases, Chief Patelli and his officers just think the world of our students, and we couldn't ask for more. So I did want to share that publicly and let you know there is no further information that I have to report. If there was something that I could, I would certainly send that out as soon as possible. It is most difficult to communicate now because you try to beat social media. So I wanted to make sure that people had information as soon as they possibly can. But with working with the police department, we were able to do that well. So that's our that's my report this evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Status reports on programs or projects? Or
sure, personnel. We're just finishing up hiring. During the June, for the June agenda, we should have all hires completed for the 2015-2016 school year. So that's great. And lastly, I want to commend Mrs. Zimmerman, our Director of Curriculum and Instruction. She conducted a pretty awesome professional development for our primary and secondary teachers, as well as all of our content area supervisors and building principals. Christine will be presenting regarding that curricular update. That will be a project for the 2015-2016 school year. So it's something really, yes, our June meeting, and it's something to look forward to. So thanks.
Thanks for this.
Yeah, just to elaborate more on the roof and the new wing at JK. During budget time, we did discuss this project, and the Finance Committee was aware that in order to put a project into the budget, one has to have a project number issued by the state of New Jersey. It took a while to get it for reasons that I cannot, it just took a while to get it. And so by the time we hit the final budget, we could have put it in. In talking to the auditor, the thought was, instead of putting it in, we would wait till we go to bid. Then we're not going to put in an estimate, we're going to put in an exact amount. And as the board has done several times in the past, because this is a school project, you can vote outside of the budget to remove from capital reserve to do the project. Okay. And we're very happy with the, I was telling John that we'll always get a report from the agencies that reach out to contractors, and they were quite surprised at the price that came in. So we were pleased that came in at that $341.
That's excellent, thank you. Okay, President's report. I wanted to mention that on May 29th, Mahwah High School, there is the Mahwah High School Art Show. And the lower level of the high school will be decorated with all students' art and work, and people will be able to come in and see what great work our students do. I know I've gone to it in the past where they used to do it, and it is really wonderful, and it's great to see everybody's work. It's amazing. I can't draw a stick figure, so I'm always impressed. So that I encourage you, if you have nothing to do on May 29th, or even if you do, you should go anyway. It looks to be wonderful, so that's it.
And that's great that was brought back.
Isn't that great? Yeah, it's really.
Mr. Pascal's so very proud. He had a lot of, what do you call the things you put on the side of the wall to hang brackets, if you will, to hang all of the artwork he's been preparing for months.
Yeah,
So he's so
that's
proud.
Mr. Pascal
Yes,
thing to do.
yes, it is Mr.
So,
Pascal thing.
I am sure it will be wonderful. As I said, I have enjoyed it so much in the past. Suzanne said the same thing, and I'm just glad to see it's come back. Okay. Board committee reports. Okay, kind of quiet. All right, so, board member remarks? Anyone? Okay. Old business. Minutes. Do I have a motion? Sorry, I'm out of practice. I feel like it's been so long. John, and thank you, Kim. Just- Okay, good, thank you.
Discussion.
Yeah, do we need discussion on the minutes? Are we good? Okay, thank you.
All right, minutes. Mrs. Barron,
Yes.
Mrs. Curry,
Yes.
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
Mr. Dolan.
Yes.
And Mrs. Davis.
Yes. Okay, new business. I'd like to take A through F. Do I have a motion? I'll give you a moment.
I have a question.
Yes.
On-
Should we move it first, then do a discussion,
Yeah,
or
what are you going to?
A through F?
Yeah, move it
Move it
first.
first. John, and do I have a second? John Dolan, John Denise. Okay, discussion.
Just a question on D. Are those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 issues going to be voted on as one whole thing, or are they going to be broken apart?
This is a second reading. Yeah, we usually just vote on them as one.
Well, you can
resolution.
tell me that you wish to either abstain or vote no on anything that's
Okay.
inside.
Okay, all right, then, yeah, I'd like to abstain on one of them. Do I need to tell you that now?
No, when we do the vote, just let me know.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Okay. Any other discussion?
All right, 15A through F. Mrs. Barron, you go first.
Yes, with abstention on the first policy 2622.
Abstaining on 2622. Okay.
Thank you.
And Mrs. Curry,
Yes.
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
Mr. Dolan.
Yes.
And Mrs. Davis.
Yes. Okay, for resolutions 15G, H, I, J, and K, they are on the merit goals for Dr. Schoen, and also on the raises for.
No, they are not.
They're not on here, okay. All right, I'd like to table those actually until the next meeting. We do not have, we're missing quite a few people, and I believe that all members of the board should have an opportunity at this time to ask questions and to go over these before we actually pass these resolutions. So if, please the board, I would like to table this until next meeting. Okay, all right,
Sounds good.
consider table. Okay.
L through R.
Okay, so 15, L through O. May I have a motion, please? John Dolan, and a second. Suzanne? Discussion?
So when will this take place?
The,
The roof replacement?
oh,
I'm sorry.
When will it take place?
The roof?
Yeah.
Over the summer, it'll be done before school starts.
Is it conflict with any of the summer activities?
No. We have plenty of other conflicts. That one's going to be okay.
The fire project.
okay.
All right.
Mhm.
L through O, Mrs. Barron,
Yes.
Mrs. Curry,
Yes.
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
Mr. Dolan.
Yes.
And Mrs. Davis.
Yes. Okay, 16A. Through O, A through O, 16A through O. Give himself a moment, and if I may have a motion. John Dolan, and a second, Kim. Thank you. And discussion when you're ready.
Nice to see a volunteer. Always like to see volunteers. So thank you to John and Rob.
Okay.
Okay, are we ready?
16A through O, Mrs. Barron,
Yes.
Mrs. Curry,
Yes.
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
Mr. Dolan.
Yes, abstain on E.
And Mrs. Davis.
Yes. Okay, public questions or comment. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes.
Evelyn Slough, 43 Thunderhead Place. I just wanted to hand these to everyone because last week after the meeting,
I'll hand them to the board if I may.
Chuck Salderini approached me in the parking lot and he said about me pulling numbers out of my you-know-what, and I did not. I got them straight from the report. And I think that was inappropriate.
Thank you very much for the attention.
I'm here as a concerned citizen and trying to understand what's going on, and I don't need to be attacked.
Thank you, Mrs. Slough. Motion to adjourn. Are there any other? Yes.
Leslie Conoco, 117 Rutherford Road. Hearing what Ms. Lochbauer said happened and having seen the tape of it, having my own experiences also with certain board members in the past over issues that you might not have agreed, there should be some protocol within the Board of Education that the public gets respect. We may not agree, but no one deserves to be belittled. No one deserves to be attacked outside of this building verbally and abusively. And something has to be done. I see you acknowledged her. I would like to see something done, something said at the next meeting about a respect for the citizens who we all are here. We brought you to these positions. You were supposed to be representing us, and we should not be intimidated to ask questions about our school district that's being paid for by our tax dollars.
Thank you.
I just wanted to know if there was any updates with the busing situation.
Not at this time. We're still waiting for some information actually out of the police department.
Okay.
But it's still in the process.
Okay.
The other issue we ran into, of course, is that we don't have a full board, so a couple of members of the finance and facility committee were not present this evening, so it was difficult to hold the committee.
Okay, okay. Can I also make a quick comment? That,
No, may I have your name? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Amy Haber.
Okay, thank you.
15 Winter Street. I also just wanted to, I had the pleasure of attending a band trip with the very young band teachers, and I was so impressed with them. I went to Dorney Park with them, and I just wanted to let you know what a fabulous job I think they're doing for the school. I mean, these guys are giving it 100%, and they're bringing a lot of young energy to the music program on the younger level, which eventually will lead up to the high school. So I just wanted to say
That's
that.
great to hear.
Thank you
Great
for
to
your
hear.
comment. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, may I have a motion to adjourn? John Dolan and Suzanne. All in favor? Aye.